すか、国民全員。
Top 7 new Falls 2023 anime that you must watch. Every season we get a plethora of new and exciting animes to watch, and of course, Fall 2023 is going to be no different. There are tons of refreshing anime series coming out this fall, and well, as you can see, in this video we're going to be talking about just that. The top 7 new Fall 2023 anime that you must watch. Let's talk about them. Number 7. Overtake. You know, the trend of car racing animes has been rather dry these past few years. Before there was Initial D, and don't forget about the absolute banger anime film. Yes, I'm talking about Redline by Studio Madhouse, but you know what? Fall 2023 seems pretty promising for all of you car racing fans. First, a sequel anime series of the Initial D franchise is coming out in October. It features Takumi as a trainer and not as the racer himself. Highly recommend if you are an Initial D enjoyer. I've already made a video about it, feel free to check it out if you are interested. Alright, while all of that is good and all, the anime we have at number 7 is not the Initial D sequel. It's an anime original by Studio Troika called Overtake. The story features a freelance photographer named Koya Madoka. He has obviously not been doing well in life, just sort of in a slump, but this all changes while he was working on a story at the Fuji International Speedway. There, he sees an F4 racer named Haruka. He is just a high schooler, but watching him race makes Koya's heart feel alive. His heart starts racing. That's it. He has finally found his purpose. From here on out, he is going to support Haruka Asahina in his F4 racing career. Their personalities are completely different from each other though. We're going to have to wait until October to find out if these two can have a good professional relationship together. Number 6. Paradox Live the Animation. Moving on at number 6, we have an anime called Paradox Live the Animation. As you can probably guess from its name, the animation is in the music genre. The studio animating it is the same one that produced the infamous Gamers anime, so I guess it's safe to say that we can expect quite a lot of amusing dynamics between the characters. Speaking of the plot, the story takes place a few years into the future. There's a new cultural movement called the Phantom Live. It goes like this. Rappers use phantom metals embedded into their accessories to create illusions for the audience in addition to their music. These illusions are a projection of their emotions. Sounds like some pretty advanced DNA chemistry is going on here. Anyways, like with all technological advancements, depression follows. Just like how so many rappers are making a name for themselves, there are also those who are suffering from something called the phantom of trauma. We don't have enough context about it considering that this is an anime original we're talking about. Anyways, there is a club called Paradox that returns to the stage after 10 whole years. It's not just them either. 4 groups are invited to compete in a contest where the winner gets 10 billion yen and also gets the right to channel a legendary rapper unit called Buraikan. There are stage battles and stuff. All in all, it sounds pretty exciting if you consider yourself a big music fan. This may be an anime you'd want to check out. Number 5. The Kingdoms of Ruin. Up next at number 5, we have a hardcore fantasy anime called The Kingdoms of Ruin. The story takes place in your usual fantasy world where humans have flourished thanks to the power of magic, but times change. As technology continues to progress, scientific gear became advanced enough to render both magic and those who use magic irrelevant. In fact, civilization started seeing them as a threat to progression. Eventually, it was declared that in order to liberate humans from magic, the Empire will exterminate all witches. A sad reality indeed. Now, when this happens, our protagonist Adonis was only a little boy. He was the apprentice of a witch. He loved her, but she was also killed by the Empire. You bet, Adonis is enraged. He swears to get revenge on the Empire even if it's the last thing he does. Definitely a story to look forward to if you're generally enjoyer of the epic combination of fantasy and revenge-themed anime. Number 4. Ron Kamenohashi Deranged Detective. At number 4, we have a comical mystery anime called Rock Kamenohashi Deranged Detective. It is based on a pretty popular up-and-coming shonen manga of the same name. Recently, we've had a Spy X Family and Spy Classroom, so this will be the third major spy anime of the past couple of years. The story follows a guy named Ishiki. He may not be the most suitable candidate for the job, but he really wants to solve murders and help people. He is part of a metropolitan police department investigation team, so his senpai tells him to assist a detective named Ron. Now, Ron used to be a very promising detective 5 years ago, but for certain reasons, his name sort of lost popularity over the years. Ishiki heeds his senpai's advice and goes to see Ron. He's expecting somebody who's pretty competent considering Ron's pedigree, but reality is often disappointing because Ron seems odd. His hair is a mess as well, plus he also refuses to hear whatever Ishiki has to say. Now what? Where will this story go? The manga has pretty good ratings on manga databases, and considering how the studio adapting this anime is the same one that adapted Domestic Girlfriend, I have high hopes, or maybe not. Number 3. Undead Unluck. What if One Piece and My Hero Academia had a child? Well, that's when you get Undead Unluck. It's one of those shonen mangas that are almost guaranteed to be the next big thing if the studio doesn't butcher the anime adaptation. But I'm feeling confident because the studio animating Undead Unluck is the same one that animated JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Fire Force. Speaking of the premise, we have a girl named Fuuko who just finished reading her favorite manga. It has ended, and with that, she thinks that it's about time she ends herself as well. You see, she has a strange ability that brings misfortune to everyone she touches. That's how everyone associated with her died. One day, she is standing on a bridge ready to jump and end it all when a weird guy comes in contact with her. The misfortune happens, he falls on the train track and he is brutally killed. However, as it turns out, this guy also has an ability. He is immortal and he wishes to die. Being immortal isn't fun at all. The two of them decide to be friends on the basis that she'd help him end his life and they'd live happily ever after. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. This story is brilliant. Undead Unluck, Kaiju number 8, and Dun Dun Dun, Dun 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 will probably be the next generation of the big three. Two, The Apothecary Diaries. Coming in at number 2, we have a historical drama called The Apothecary Diaries. Guys, if you love yourself a strong, independent female protagonist that doesn't immediately fall for the first charming guy she sees, this anime is it. Seriously, based in an imperial court of ancient China, there is a young 17-year-old girl who is kidnapped and sold to work at the Emperor's royal harem. She is rather pragmatic about the situation, but does want to get away as soon as she can. Before this, she used to work in an apothecary where she tested poison and did all sorts of weird things. Now, she is going to work until her years of servitude are over and then bail back to her old life. But when she learns that the Emperor's 2 infants have suddenly fallen ill, she gets a bit curious about what happened and winds up helping. Because for what it's worth, she is a pretty skilled pharmacist. Now, I've read the manga and I'm telling you, this story is way more sophisticated and well written than it seems. You'll be genuinely surprised by the level of richness and history the author conveys with each story arc. Do give it a watch, guys. It's going to be one of a kind anime.
でもっと
とても美しいんだ。
知ろうと思わなかったんだろう。
フリーレン、いつか君に見せてあげたい。
Number 1. So No Freeren. Alright, the final anime on our list is So No Freeren. If you go back and ask for good adventure fantasy manga series on a Reddit forum, you're definitely going to get recommended this story, and now it looks like it's getting an anime adaptation. Wanna know who's adapting it? Studio Madhouse. Yes, we've a lot to look forward to when it comes to this anime. The story itself may sound like your typical hero and demon king plot, but this one focuses on what happens after it's all over. Yes, the Demon King has already been defeated, the heroes who defeated them have disbanded as well. We have a man named Freeren, the hero Himmel, priest Heiter, the warrior Eisen. They bid each other farewell and also reminisce about their 10-year-long journey. Now the thing is that Freeren is an elf, so she can only watch as her companions slowly pass away one by one. Though, when the hero is about to die, he asks her to look after a young human named Fern. Just like that, she embarks on yet another journey. This one is without an aim. She goes to the same places her companions had visited before and forms a deeper bond, both with her deceased companions and with the places they visit. It's a heartwarming yet bittersweet story. So what do you guys think of this list, guys? Are you looking forward to watching these animes in the fall of 2023? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. As always, a like and subscribe will be most welcome, and if you're feeling particularly giddy about these anime recommendations, that super thanks button is always ready to be pressed by you at any moment now. Yup, any and all support is genuinely appreciated, and with that said, I'll see you guys on my next video.